Baby, you smell sweet as honey.
Hey, let me show you this.
Head to a 1037 northwest Santa Maria Beach. Suspect last seen.
Hey, Trick.
What up, fool?
Baby.
Hey.
Hey, if you don't need it no more, you know what
You
this
smell
is?
so.
Respond to a 1037 northwest.
It's a robbery, don't make it a murder.
Look at
Suspect
that!
last seen on foot.
Dickhead!
Hey, yo,
Baby,
thanks,
let me
dude.
dub you out. Déjale tu corazón, güey. Got the whole beach. Get your stupid ass moving.
Right here. This is state property.
Piece of shit.
Respond to a 1037 in northeast. Respond to a 1037 in northeast Santa Maria Beach. Suspect last seen on foot.
Oh, what was you saying?
We got a 1037 in northwest Santa Maria Beach. Suspect last seen on foot.
Give me that paper.